My name is Michelle Cox, and I've known Chrysalis for over 10 years. And more recently, I joined Chrysalis in 2024. I'm familiar with domestic violence because I am a survivor myself. When I was leaving my relationship, it was a place like Chrysalis that offered me a chance to build my life again. I was homeless with 3 kids, and I didn't know that domestic violence was something that I could get support with. But when I found services that helped victims overcome domestic violence, that is how I came to know about Chrysalis and services in our community that could help women like me. The night that I left my domestic violent relationship, I was in denial. I didn't know the full scope of where I was or what was going on. I only knew that I didn't have options available, and I had family members help me make the call so that I could find support and help. Before Chrysalis, I was moving from place to place, and what I remember specifically is that my children and I were living in an apartment where we didn't have electricity, we didn't have food, and I was so anxious. And so when I had finally moved it back in with my dad, I still was in fight or flight because I didn't have a job. I didn't have any savings. I didn't have any money. I had 3 kids to take care of, and I didn't know what my options were. I just knew that the relationship I was in, if I stayed, I would lose my kids, and keeping my kids was my first priority. When I thought that I would lose my kids, that was probably the most defining moment of my life, because I had grown up in foster care. And so when I had kids, I had made the decision that I was never going to lose them. And so with my kids, we traveled from Phoenix to Mesa. And if you know the distance by bus and by light rail, it takes a couple of hours, but we were up every morning. We were hustling to school. We sang songs. We walked and walked and walked. But when I ask my kids about that time, they don't remember the struggle. They remember the camaraderie that we had as a family. My kids, I owe everything to. I think that if someone was experiencing what I had experienced, I recognize that it's an individual decision for someone to leave an abusive relationship, and it's not easy. But when it comes to one's well-being, one's safety, there are options available. There are people who are trained, who are ready to help, who can help, and who do a really good job at showing up and being present in moments of crisis. Healing is messy, and it is not a straight line. And the honor of healing oneself or with a higher power is that there's a sense of joy, even in spite of pain, even in spite of trauma, even in spite of loss. There is a joy that rises up that no man or no woman and nothing can take away, because I know who I am, I know what I've overcome, and I know what I'll do in order to continue success